Academy Award for Best Picture goes to La La Land. Wait! It was Miss Puerto Rico. Topical joke, guys. People in 5 years will have no idea what we're talking about. There won't even be podcasts in 5 years. What am I saying?
All right, Rockstar, am I going to have to hold your microphone for you, too?
If you could just hold it a little lower, that'd be great. That's perfect. Thank you. All right. Listeners, today's a special day.
Surprise!
Extremely special day.
Tell them why, Kev.
Today we have two guests up here at the podcast. And normally we have guests that we maybe sort of know. Today we have guests that we don't know anything about. So we're going to get to know all about them in the podcast. We have Zach Hinkle, not Taylor.
Right.
And Makayla Hinkle as well. Zach.
Formerly Taylor.
Formerly Taylor. How is it Zach Taylor? Was it at your email that says Zach Taylor? It's a mistake?
Yeah, my email says that because when it originally got set up, for some reason it wouldn't let me use my last name. I don't know why, but my wife, who was just my girlfriend at the time, her maiden name is Taylor, and she helped me set it up and put it under her last name, and then it worked for some reason.
It must have been set up by a front desk person from a hotel. I think that's
the only explanation.
So what email server was not letting you use your original last name?
Should I disclose that information?
Disclose away. We are not affiliated with any professional electronic mail organization.
Okay, so they're not like
chances
sponsoring.
of any of those people who could actually do anything about that actually listening to this podcast are very small.
Man, this could be our breakout episode. We could go viral.
You're welcome.
Yeah, please. All right, so drum roll.
It's a really slow one.
It was Yahoo. I actually was going to guess that. I feel like they're a little behind the curve. But we all had those.
I wish that I would have had a bunch of stock in them before they the .com bust.
You know, that was a subplot of the movie Frequency. Have you seen Frequency?
I have seen Frequency. It's one of my faves.
It's a great movie.
It brings tears to my eyes, makes me cry. Have you ever
so
seen the movie Frequency?
No, I have not.
It has Jesus in it.
Yeah.
Jim Caviezel.
Or Jim Caviezel.
You know.
Okay.
Wait, what was the .com bust?
Well, all the .coms were like really going high in the stock market and all this, and then like around 2000-ish, sometime the all stock market crashed with all the tech stocks, Yahoo's and all that. But before that, Yahoo was just like
on top of the world. Yeah.
If you had invested $1 in Yahoo at some point in the 90s, you would have been a millionaire.
Yeah.
You know, if you would have got out before the crash.
Exactly. Yep. You guys into stocks at all?
Not really.
In-depth business.
Yeah. Give us a rundown of your finances.
Non-existent.
What's your portfolio
After
like?
paying for the VIP experience.
Damn, we have never been burned on our own podcast.
Seriously, Disciple got burnt.
That was like a second-degree burn.
That was pretty harsh.
Yeah, what he's talking about is the reason they're on our bus right now. We don't normally let weirdos on our bus, but on today, just kidding. We on this tour are doing this VIP experience called Adventure with Disciple, and there's a wide list of adventures and activities that our VIPs can choose from to participate in with us, from sports to video games to acoustic performances to bus banter. And Zach and Makayla chose bus banter, which is awesome. I thought it would be really cool because one, it would motivate us to do more episodes. And well, give us no excuse really.
And they're the first ones that's picked to do it.
They're the first ones.
Here we go.
At Josiah, every night during the, he's pretty much the spearhead of the podcast. So, like, if he is not wanting to do it that day, it's not going to happen. Or if he's not wanting to do it that 100 days in a row, then it's not going to happen. And so, just about every signing line to every other signing line, somebody will come through the signing line and be like, when are you guys going to do another podcast? And then we just all turn and look at Josiah. And so this is actually forcing us to, because we wouldn't have done one today.
Nope.
So so thank you, Zach.
But if you do recall from when we did that podcast in the Germany airport, making Josiah do a podcast when he doesn't want to do a podcast is actually borderline violent.
That was not the only contributing factor to my borderline violence that day. It was a horribly jet lagged time in my life.
Everybody was into it except you.
Yeah, we were having a great time.
That's the
We
way I
were
would have been
partying.
regardless of the bus banner.
And he was getting mad at every little thing.
You were coughing a lot into the mic. That was my biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, I
Go back
obviously
and listen to that one. I missed the second half of that.
was coughing on purpose.
I actually, the second half is awesome because it's on your phone, I think. It was
Yes.
you and GJ, I think it was.
And Jason Wilkes.
You and GJ and Jason, that's crazy.
Yes.
That was...
All right, so let's crank it up here. I'm already curious, the name Hinkle. Like, where does that come from? Give me the etymology of the name Hinkle. Like,
I believe it is of German descent.
there we go.
And embarrassingly, I believe the last name has to do with taking care of chickens, like a chicken farmer.
There's nothing embarrassing about that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
We all
you
love
for
chicken
Chick-fil-A.
and Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah.
KFC.
So thank you, Mr. Hinkle, for that. Thanks for all the Hinkles throughout the past for taking care of chickens to bring us to this day of Chick-fil-A.
That does bring me to a question that I've actually struggled with. In Germany, when we go there, we eat schnitzel, right?
Yeah.
And is that...
Sure, do you?
I've had it at like the artist dinner thing, you know. Is that chicken?
It can be anything. It can be veal, it can be pork, it can be chicken.
So
it can,
schnitzel is just like the term for how it's cooked or prepared.
so it's like what kind of schnitzel? So it's like Wiener schnitzel, this kind of schnitzel.
Gotcha.
So I think schnitzel is talking about how it's prepared because it's got the breaded
right. It's kind of
over.
thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what
that
they give us is always pork, but it can be anything.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That clears that up. Thank you for bringing.
Hey,
that up.
and another thing, think Mr. Hinkle here, who used to take his family is taking care of a bunch of chickens forever. So I just recently, this is like not common knowledge. So because I dated a girl way back in the day who got like grossed out because I would eat my eggs over medium.
Okay.
And so like the yellow would run out, whatever, and she's just like, you're just eating a chicken embryo, and now it's just all over your plate. And I would always be like, wait a second, so little science, that's not a chicken embryo.
I have looked this up before for the same reason because it freaked me out when I thought about it.
Yeah,
Oh, do tell.
do tell. Okay, just the same as a female will produce an egg, a chicken's will produce an egg.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's fertilized. Doesn't mean a rooster has been in the hen house.
Exactly.
If you see what I'm saying here, science has not produced a fertilized egg. So the egg is just the egg, and that's what we eat. We don't eat fertilized eggs.
Apparently, if you did have an egg that was fertilized and you cracked it, there would be like this extra bubble on the yolk that would signify that it was fertilized. And then when they, sit on it, nest on it, or whatever, for that, it grows and becomes the actual
Science
chick.
class, guys.
Yeah.
Science class.
Love it.
Thank you, Mr. Hinkle, for that.
Cracked an egg, and this is horribly disgusting, but have you ever cracked an egg and blood come out of it?
Oh,
Is that
is that real?
That is a real thing. That has happened to me one time, and I called my mom.
Looks like one snuck in.
Yeah.
Wow.
I called my mom like any bachelor would do, and I was like, Mom, I just cracked an egg open and nothing but blood came out. She's like, yeah, that happens every now and then. I was like, okay, well, I'm throwing away the rest of these eggs. She's like, no, they're fine. And I was like, I don't believe you. And I literally threw that whole entire pack of eggs away.
Bro, I don't blame you. I'm
Yeah.
with you. I'm absolutely with you.
Andrew's got a
video.
Oh, I know what this
Big
is.
Boss Race. Brahma chicken rooster from Kosovo.
This is a YouTube video.
Yes. And it'll start one of these days. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
This is real.
The
That
biggest
thing is
rooster in existence in Kosovo.
He's as tall as me. We gotta tell people on the podcast what the
It's like five. A
address
five.
is for this.
We can put a link for this.
Looks like I got a midget inside of a suit or something.
That is horrifying.
It really is. Here, let me see if there's any other. Yeah, just like it looks like a dinosaur.
Yeah, he almost looks backwards.
Kind of looks like it looks like Elvis. Like I
totally see
It's
it.
like he's like bent over. like,
Rockadoodle.
Oh my gosh. So if you are interested in seeing this, look up the Big Boss Race Brahma, Brahma chicken rooster
From
from Kosovo.
Kosovo. All right. So now we've learned the etymology of Hinkle. We're going back to Germany. So what is it you do for a living, Zach?
I work at a distribution center for Walgreens.
Walgreens. We like Walgreens.
That's exciting stuff.
We like Walgreens a whole lot. What about you, Makayla?
Our school actually started up a school this year, and I'm one of the teachers there.
Oh, a teacher. What do you teach?
Everything.
Everything.
She
Yeah.
was telling me
That's awesome.
that it's a new private Christian school, correct?
Yeah.
And it's K through 12, and there are 30 students total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
My
kind of-
daughter goes to a Christian school, and it has just been wonderful for us. I mean, she was reading probably halfway through the first grade, and is like just caught on to reading just really, really well. Wanted to accept Christ into her heart, like at the end of first grade, I think is what maybe the beginning of second grade. I can't really remember. It's that the time, one of the two. At the end of first, beginning of second, it's around the same time. And so Christian school just made a huge difference in my family. So thank you for doing that. That's a really, really cool thing.
I enjoy it.
That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, man. Something about the Christian school experience when it's like you got 30 kids there and you can kind of focus on the student and give them more attention. They don't really get lost in the shuffle. It makes a huge, huge difference. Like our teachers know, my daughter's name is Avery. They know Avery really well and know what she excels at and what she struggles with. And so to be able to give her that, extra attention, it makes a huge difference. So I'm sure you kind of experience that and know your students really well and
Oh,
all that
yeah.
kind of stuff. That's awesome. Cool. What's a bad day as a Christian school teacher?
You don't have to get too incriminating with
What's
it,
the
but-
worst sin any kid has committed?
They want names of the kids and the parents.
Tell me the name of this child, and we will track them down and discipline them.
Do you have to explain like the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus to them or
No, I
anything
haven't
like
had
that?
to yet.
Okay.
Well,
You just give them
Easter's
the
coming-
song Easter Bunny by Disciple.
Oh, we do have a very
Literally
educational
the best
song,
disciple song ever,
according to a lot of fans.
according to people who have no idea about anything of how to rate anything.
I'm just saying, Easter is coming up, so you might get some of those questions soon.
Seriously though, what's the worst sin that a kid committed at school? I'm ready to hear it.
I have a few in mind.
It's okay.
No names involved. It's totally anonymous.
With that few kids, I'm sure there hasn't been that many crazy things that have happened.
No, not really. There's been a few problem kids, where like the situation was the kid got kicked out of public school and they thought, let's
Oh.
send him to a Christian school. They'll straighten him out
Surely
there.
it'll be better.
Yeah. And then, of course, the kid that did the bad stuff in public school does the bad stuff in the
Right.
private school too. So.
Right. Dragging everyone else down. I experienced some of that. I went to a private Christian high school, and my class was 20 people or so, and there were definitely some bad eggs. Back to the chicken thing. But
Some bloody eggs.
some bloody eggs.
Hey man, we're not British. Come on.
But I did, I went to that school starting in 9th grade, and I was like, there's like no one goes to this school, so I'll try it for basketball, even though I wasn't very good. I was like, I'll get to be on the basketball team because no one goes to this school, and I got cut. So
It was either
Similar
you
story.
or just have 4 players, and they were like, nope.
yeah,
nope.
yeah.
You're also really tall.
I know. I was like, I'm the tallest kid here. Surely my uncoordination will be, ignored in light of my height. Nope. So baseball it was.
Maybe calling that coach by their first name Shirley was probably part of your problem.
Surely.
You should be more respectful.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You're supposed, Miss whatever.
yeah, whatever her name was.
Very, very rude.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself. You obviously have paid for a VIP experience with Disciple, so hopefully you like our music a little bit. How did that come about?
Well, I started listening. Actually, the guy that introduced me to your music is now a missionary in India, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
He was a pastor of a small church in the area that I live in, and he came over. He was a friend of the family. My dad is also a pastor, so they were kind of friends, and he came over, and he had a Back Again CD of yours he thought I would enjoy, and at that point, the most hardcore music I'd listened to was Third Day. So this
Extremely
was
hardcore.
a little bit of a change of pace, Actually, we went to a Third Day concert, and Toby Mac was there. And me and my brothers, we were all homeschooled growing up. My parents were pastors of a small church, and we just played hymnals and all that stuff, Toby Mac comes on, and we are all like, what the heck is going on here, So, but anyways, he gave me the Back Again CD, and I ended up loving it. My parents, not so much at the time. They were just kind of like, I don't really know if we ought to be letting him listen to this or not,
I had a similar experience. My parents did not like the Christian rock that I brought home, yes.
So anyways, I ended up really loving it, and it actually got me into playing drums. And I play drums for my church now, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, nice, dude.
So which song are you going to play with us tonight?
Well, you said Joey wasn't feeling too hot right now, right? So.
That's true.
Are you not feeling good?
The catering last night, man.
Tore him up.
Don't say what city it was.
It was bad.
Well, I'll tell you this about catering last night. It's brought a lasting effect to all of us in the form of the nostrils. Yeah.
We are
Like the stage last night was pleasantly fragranced. Anyway, go ahead.
Wow. We are playing a song from Back Again tonight, so I mean.
Fear?
Yeah.
Yeah, last podcast I was listening. So.
He
really
knows.
has
He knows what's up. Yeah, we're gonna play Fear tonight. We've got Wait from Back Again, the song Wait, on deck. So it'll be performed at some point on this tour, I think.
That's actually one of my favorites on the album. So
there you go.
So anyways, I just really got into being a huge Disciple fan at that point. And I had every album. Actually, I was kind of mad one time because my brother had the By God CD. I had just bought it, and he was playing it through our system at the church. And he was getting it out of the CD player and snapped it in half, and I was very angry at him
good
for a long
news.
time over
Part
it.
of the VIP experience is we're going to complete your library tonight.
Ah.
So we're going to get whatever CDs you're missing, whatever albums you're missing, we're going to complete your Disciple library tonight, and you will not have that problem anymore.
Yeah. They should all be not broken when you receive them.
Yeah.
The only ones that we don't have to give you are the two ones that are only available digitally, which would be What Was I Thinking and My Daddy Can Whip Your Daddy. The only way you can get those is to get them on iTunes or whatever digital form that you like to either purchase or steal from.
Do you? I was gonna ask if do you own those on CD? Like, do you have copies at your house? You think?
I do.
Cool.
I do too. I got both of those.
Oh man, he's a real collector.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We could probably make them again, but they would be like we'd have to use a second-hand copy.
Right, because you don't have the files for the art.
So it's or the music.
masters,
So it's just had to copy from a CD. We can make them again, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
It wouldn't be the highest caliber of.
Just make them
I don't know
like
how that goes.
MP3 Napster quality.
You know what you could do is we could do a combo thing. Like you could put them both on one, and do like a. You see those CDs in the store sometimes. It's like the dual disc, and it's like 2 for 1s.
Disciple had them when I worked at the Christian bookstore.
There you go. So you could do a.
It was like Scars Remain and self-titled for $6 or whatever. I was like, how do they do this? And now I know that it's just the record label probably just decided to.
Yeah, right. No permission was granted.
All right, so you became a Disciple fan. What other kind of artists and music did you start liking at that time?
Well, I like Skillet. They're pretty good, I like some of the other guys that are on the City Rock Fest tour. Decipher Down's probably my second favorite.
Very nice.
I like Toby Mac pretty good. I started liking him pretty good after that. Mainly rock
After he
music,
scared
though.
you to death?
Yeah. After he scared me to
Which
death.
is funny because you went to a Toby Mac concert and got a little scared by Toby or whatever the word is. Maybe it's not scared.
Shocked,
then,
maybe?
Shocked, and then ended up liking Disciple.
Yeah.
I mean, I just saying, we tend to be a little bit scarier than Toby on the scare meter. Yeah. Historically.
Oh, a little bit, but I mean, my taste in music changed, Became a teenager. I was 13 when I started listening to you guys, so that's just what I got
How old were
into.
you when you saw Toby Mac for the first time?
Oh, probably 10, 11,
Oh,
something like that.
okay,
Yeah, it was a
that-
couple years before.
Now, it's all explained. I got it now. That makes total sense. Total sense.
I just want to say real quick, I kind of had the same experience when I was 10-ish. I went to a big stadium concert in Oakland where Michael W. Smith was playing. And I loved him as like a 10-year-old. And DC Talk opened, and this was like during
Change the
Jesus
World
Freak. Yeah, one of those. 97-ish. Like Jesus Freak was like still out, on the charts or whatever. And so that was like a big deal. And my friend really liked them, and I'd never heard them. So they came out and they're really loud, and probably Paul Moak's on guitar,
Yeah.
screaming loud, and I was like, this is horrible. How can they play this loud? And Michael Tate walks out. One day I looked up freak in the dictionary. And that's his whole thing. And it's like these guys are a joke. It's like a circus, my judgmental church 10-year-old self.
And then they broke up.
and Michael Smith comes out and does his just him and the piano, and I'm like,
This is real Christianity.
I was like a Gaither bumping 65-year-old when I was 10.
That's amazing. Well, when you think about it, Toby Mac had the best possible, segue into a Christian rap career, because DC Talk was all over contemporary radio, In the Light and Consume Me and Into Jesus. These are all these really great melodic soft songs, and the songs that did have raps in them, they would often make a radio version without Toby's rap in it to go to contemporary radio. And so then DC Talk is huge. Toby Mac's 1/3, he's huge. So when he goes solo, people aren't like, oh, it's a Christian rap artist. It's just, oh, it's like DC Talk. It's like the this part of the song from a DC Talk song, but it's the whole song. And I just think it's pretty genius.
They need to just one more.
Come on, seriously.
Just one more. They really do. They need to.
Big listeners. So.
Did you guys happen to see the big build-up they had on Facebook?
Oh yeah.
Everything.
We make fun of it quite often. So Makayla, tell us about yourself. Or you don't have to. She's
all right. Listen, we'll start off with some nice, easy, light questions. Do you prefer Trump or Obama?
No,
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
Please leave that.
Josiah is not allowed to interview any longer. He is out.
I'm just kidding.
You're fired.
All right, but for real, we'll keep it light.
I got it.
Oh, that was good. We'll seriously though, we'll just keep it light. Predestination. What do you think? Once saved, always saved. I'm just kidding. Do not answer these. Well, if you do, I'll take it out. Oh, that's not at all. How long y'all been married for?
That's a real one.
Almost 3 years.
Oh, very, very nice. You look young. I'm going to assume that you're young.
Yeah, I'm 26, and you are?
21.
21. Awesome. That's fantastic. Yes, I am young as well. Forever young, but just not my age. But, so what are some of your likes? Do you like rock music, or are you like my wife that's just tolerates it because her husband is into it?
Well, at first, I wouldn't give you guys a chance. He would always talk about you guys. This is my favorite band. I'm like, nah, that's not my style. Then we went and saw you guys for the first time, and that totally changed my opinion. Then you guys became
cool.
a favorite. So.
Oh, favorite, really?
That means a lot.
Goes to the top with a bullet. Thank you very much. That's one of my favorite compliments from someone is that they don't like our music, but then they were into what we were doing, and then they eventually came around to actually liking our music too. That's one of my favorite compliments, from people. So thank you for that.
Well, we do get a fair amount of people who after a show will come say, "This is not my style of music. You guys are not my style, but I really enjoyed the show." And that's a really like you said, a huge compliment.
Yeah. So how long?
Whatever.
How long have you been playing drums?
Let's see, since 13 years, 12, 13 years, something like that.
So where are you from? I heard a little bit of an accent just then. Are you from Missouri?
No, I'm actually from a little town called Fairfield, Illinois. It's in southern Illinois.
Illinois people have southern accents?
Hey, Southern Illinois.
That's southern.
Southern Illinois. What the heck? Did y'all hear me the other night say, let's make some Illinois?
Yeah, that's good.
Y'all hear that? Yeah.
You should do it
I would've
tonight
laughed.
in Missouri.
Yeah, hey guys, let's make some Illinois. Let's stop being so Illinoising. Anyway,
Oh, that's good.
Southern Illinois.
Misery look on your face.
Or I'm sorry, Southern Illinois. I keep adding the S in there. Southern Illinois. Excuse me. They don't like that. So
Drums.
as a drummer, have you've been playing long enough? Have you become one of those drummers that is prejudiced towards one brand name of drums, like Pearl or whatever?
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say because I don't think I'm getting sponsored anytime soon.
Okay.
So I actually really like Tama. I really like their drums, especially for rock music. I like DW pretty good. And recently I've gotten into some of the Mapex drums. They got some pretty cool sounding drums too for a pretty decent price for the quality of sound that you get out of them. So.
There is such a self-identity with drummers and like what brand that they play. It's so difficult for drummers to switch brands. Like you're a Tama guy, so you know, for you to like actually switch is like a life, like breaking up with a girlfriend, you know, like I don't know, I've been playing Tamas for so long. So for you to even say Mapex, I'm sure took you, just rips out your heart just a little bit, I'm sure, right?
But the price tag was a little bit better, so...
Yeah, there you go, Mapex, you cheap... I'm sorry. You cheap stuff. Joey just had a switch.
I just switched.
Yeah, I saw that. Pearl now?
Switched over to Pearl.
Yeah.
What were you before Risen?
SJC. SJC custom drums.
And did they make you a custom set?
Yeah, I still have it. I still have it.
Did you bring it out with us ever? Because we had the old God kit, right?
Actually, you know what? Nope, I never brought it out.
That was suspenseful.
So what were you before SJC? This is going back.
Wow. Okay, I had a Yamaha stage custom kit.
There you go.
I had a Pearl Export series kit, which was like the first like
That's the beginner.
actual like nice kit that I had, but I had a beginner's kit that legitimately looked like somebody had found them in the bottom of a dumpster straight out of the year 1972. The drums didn't have anywhere to put a bottom head on them, like there was no resonant heads or anything. There was 5 toms.
5 toms.
5 toms.
Oh my gosh.
There was no front kick head. You couldn't put a kick head on it. There was no lugs on it. And the cymbals were like literally cut out of the top of like 10 trash cans. And I got that kit and I thought it was awesome. And then after my dad like basically put stipulations on me, he's like, if you can learn how to play this entire record from front to back, I'll get you a new kit. And so I played it.
What record was it?
It was Southtown.
Really?
Yeah. POD.
And so you learned the whole record, and then you played it for him?
Yep.
That's so cool.
They had to hear a lot of terrible drumming for a long time, but I eventually got the Pearl Exports. And
So what was your first kit?
My first kit, the set, I think the brand name was CB drums.
Yeah,
they were
we know CB, yeah.
We sold those at my store.
Okay, they weren't too bad. Right now, I'm playing on a Tama set right now. I'm hoping to upgrade pretty soon, but you know, you got to save the money up first.
There you go. Does Lars Ulrich still play Tama?
Mm-hmm.
Tama?
I think so.
For Metallica.
Does he?
He's
Yeah.
the one that I think he's the one that made them famous. Like,
Oh, really?
Made the name famous.
There you go.
I mean, they've been a drum company forever. But,
So, Joey, what's your opinion on Lars? A great drummer or not so great?
I think he's rad.
Yeah.
He's like the king of playing like huge drum beats. Like he's not. I wouldn't say he's like necessarily like flashy or anything, but like you cannot deny like when he's playing drums, it's like a pretty huge.
You know, here's what I'll say about him, and I noticed this about while we were playing a race last night, Joey, which I was very excited to actually see this. Whenever, you know, there's a Metallica song, especially from the Black Album or whatever, what you'll always see people who know the album well, when a song is playing, you will see people play the drum parts. They'll air drum the drum parts. Like Sad But True, somebody's going to be going, yak, 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 you know, this is like, you just want to play those drum parts. But they're easy. There's nothing technically difficult about them. But there's something about them that they stand out and there's such a spotlight on them that people want to play them. Well, that being said, we were playing a race last night, and the part that's like, dun 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 dun, whatever, you know, like whatever. I saw this guy out there, and he was just air drumming that whole verse. It was the second verse of a race. That whole second verse of a race, all those parts that he was air drumming out there, and I was like, finally, there it is, there it is, there it is. Because it's the hard stuff and the difficult stuff. You know, you listen to it and you enjoy it, but nobody's air drumming to that, right?
You talk about that in terms of guitar solos a lot. You know, it's like you can do a guitar solo that's just, you know, super fast and speedy the whole time, and it can be impressive. But the ones that make people want to, like, you know, air guitar to it are the ones that are, like, you know, just melodic and just...
Their brain can comprehend what's happening.
Exactly, yeah.
Phil Collins, for
Phil
example,
Collins, great example.
We should cover that song, and we
know
can get
exactly
the
what
whole...
song you were just doing right
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, yeah.
Like a Boys
Come
to Men
on, what's
version.
that?
Yeah, I feel
By
like
the way, can we dress like Boys to Men tonight? Can we just like all wear matching outfits?
Yeah, we have merch shirts we can just borrow, right?
I think
Speaking of,
we'd have to do quite a bit to look like them.
real quick, his name was Phil Collins,
Ah.
and he's known for his drum fills. That's amazing. His
We should just
destiny.
cover that song and get the whole entire crowd to do it.
Is a drum
yeah.
fill spelled PH or F?
Oh, it's
Pretty hot and
yeah.
filling.
It was F until Phil did it, and then they had to change it to PH.
From henceforth, it shall be known as a drum fill.
No, I was gonna say Angus Young's kind of that version of what you're talking about. You know, air drumming for Lars on guitar, because he's not like this great, you know, whatever Hendrix, Van Halen, Dimebag, but he's great at playing bluesy guitar solos. But his riffs are like the best ever. So people wanna do it.
On that note, think about how genius Angus Young is, all right? And for those of you that are going to throw me under the bus for saying something positive about AC/DC, just don't ever listen to any more podcasts anymore. Think about this. It's a blues rock band, right? They're writing these blues rock riffs. I mean, how many songs can you possibly write before they all start sounding the same? But they don't. They don't sound the same. They, you know, AC/DC songs, they sound different, you know. How that's genius within itself to take, because you only have a limited amount of notes, and then you're gonna even dumb it down even more, make it like blues and pentatonic scale and all this kind of stuff. I mean, you're talking 4 chords here,
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
tops 4
just
chords.
First position chords almost.
But then how are you going to write all these songs that sound different from each other? I mean, that actually is a stroke of genius.
Absolutely.
And they're different enough just musically. Like, even if you took the vocals out of the equation, you know, to make your point even more relevant, it's like he'll be able to do it just with riffs.
Yeah, exactly.
We're tuning down to drop A and drop B, and we're, you know, having 3 key changes and tempo changes just to try to change it up or whatever. Angus, he's just like, no, here we go.
Yeah, he's got the pocket. Yep.
Hey, drummer guy, whatever his name is, same beat.
Yeah, for real. Well, was it one of the award shows they came back and played a new song at, and it was that same thing. It was like that beat with a new riff, you know, and it was like that is them, but it did sound different, you know.
It's very different.
Had its own rhythm.
So, very genius.
Yeah. That's cool.
I just got a notification. The Florida Gators just got beat.
Yes! Yes!
And that means South Carolina is in the Final Four now.
That's correct.
And I'm a Clemson fan, so I absolutely hate South Carolina Gamecocks. But my stipulation is, if they make it to the championship game, I will wear a Carolina Gamecocks t-shirt and pull for them.
Really?
Oh, dude,
Which is totally...
Just because of your state?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, Clemson fans are not supposed to pull for Gamecocks ever.
Right.
But this is like a big deal because they've never done this.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
And-
Matt and Toby.
Oh, yeah. Matt and Toby probably wouldn't like that. But who cares? I'm making my own stipulation.
Yeah.
Hey.
But it's possible.
Can we have a moment of silence, a.k.a. celebration for Florida losing today?
Yes.
Wait, what do you mean?
What do we do?
I hate Florida. I just hate them. So the fact that there's just some kind of like sorrow out there in the world just kind of just brings a little bit of...
Yeah.
Is that evil of me to feel that way? Am I evil right now?
There's a dark cloud over all that whole country of fans, and you're the sunshine above it.
So do you guys like sports at all?
Yeah, mainly kind of like Andrew into hockey, big time.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you Blackhawks?
No.
Oh.
Heck no.
Alright.
He looked like he was about to murder
Hey,
you.
Illinois, Southern Illinois. It was a
It was valid.
I guess it was valid.
Are you the Blues?
Oh, yeah.
Blues. Okay, yeah.
that
So,
explains that.
did you live closer to St. Louis?
Yeah,
In
we're about
Southern
2
Illinois?
hours away from St. Louis
Okay.
and close to 5 hours away from Chicago.
We
so.
actually went to a Blues game 2 years ago. Yeah. So have you been to some Blues games?
Yeah, we've been to 2 or 3 this year.
Oh,
This
you guys-
year?
So you guys
Yeah.
go, like,
2 or 3 this year.
Yeah, we usually try to go to 2 or 3 games a year.
So where are the Blues at in the standings? They're the
right
wild card.
now,
card.
the last time I saw, I thought they were 3rd place in the division.
Nashville went past them last night.
We
Yeah,
just
they-
looked
okay.
at it last night. Yeah. So it probably could switch a couple more times
Right.
before the season's over with.
They'll go back and forth for sure. That's funny. I just was talking to the security guy in there for tonight, the police officer. He plays roller hockey. He's playing in a tournament in Hendersonville, in Nashville,
What?
by where we live tomorrow.
What the heck?
At that outdoor rink. Isn't
No
that
way.
weird?
That's
Yeah.
so
Why do you
weird.
not do this?
Why am I?
He just started.
I just started playing ice, so yeah. Oh, you don't know about this? All right, quick segue.
Yeah, this is
So
great.
Dude, do you not follow
my
him on
my
social media?
lovely, amazing, beautiful wife here
Hi.
bought me ice skates for my birthday, and I did a couple like stick and puck sessions with Jared from Colton's band and Adam from the wedding, and we're gonna play a scrimmage game on Monday at one of the open hockey sessions. It's awesome.
What do you think
Me and Adam.
Like how many you and who?
It's just pickup games.
It's just a pickup
They
game.
do
You
pickup
pay
games.
$10. You go to the rink and do a pickup game with just dudes.
You got all the stuff, not just skates.
It's amazing. Oh yeah, and I also got
Kevin's all
the other
over store
pads
buying
and
ice
everything.
skate.
I can see the look of excitement in your eyeballs, and I love it. It's awesome. Let's do it.
Hey, do they have rentals at that place?
This is our chance to get into a band fight. This is our one chance to get into a band
The
fight.
best excuse to have one.
Guys, we've all got to get our hockey stuff and go start a fight with somebody.
It's amazing. So one of the things we can do, because obviously, as you all know, we're on the road half the year, so playing in a league is hard. But they have this little thing. It's an actual game that I found out about just recently. Somehow I hadn't heard about before, called Sauce. You know what I'm talking about? Where you get this little baby net. It's like, a few inches tall and a few inches wide, and you can use like these really short sticks, and people will play on the ice from their knee pads, or you can use full-size sticks and just walk around in a parking lot and shoot it into this little tiny net with no goalie. So Jared said him and Colton and the guys were doing it on Winter Jam in the the arena floors, like where it's like the garage smooth floor. So that would be a perfect thing to get on tour because it'd fit in the bay,
Yeah.
and we just take that and shoot around.
That'd be great.
That would
actually,
get you all
'cause
ready.
I was about to say, like, it'd be like if I had never thrown a baseball before and tried to pick one up. Like, I'm sure when I try to shoot a hockey puck, it's gonna be bad.
So, just hockey, no football.
Well, before the Rams left St. Louis, yeah, kind of.
Dang.
So you're not gonna hold on to the Rams now that they're the Hollywood Rams.
No, I'm done with them. I'm done.
You're done with the
Yeah.
Rams.
You got the Cardinals at
Are you
least.
kidding me?
Hell yeah.
The Hollywood Rams.
Well, that's a nickname. Los Angeles Rams.
Okay.
So if you want some sorrow, being a Rams fan, of course you guys did win some Super Bowls, but if you want some sorrow, and now that you've thrown them away, you can come and join me and the Falcons. We love being sorrowful. Speaking of the Florida Gators losing today, the Falcons, we lose all the time, so it's even better for us. There is no sunshine above the clouds being a Falcons fan. So
So you would prefer perpetual 8-8 seasons versus getting to the Super Bowl?
you know why you're perpetual 8-8 seasons? Jeff Fisher.
Yeah, he's always eight.
Did you know how many 8-8 seasons he had when he was the coach of the Tennessee Oilers, Tennessee Titans?
Quite a few,
Like,
yeah.
so many. Like the first few Tennessee Oilers before they changed to the Titans, I think every one of them was 8-8.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw a meme once that said "Happy Jeff Fisher Day," and I looked and it was August 8th.
Genius.
That really
Oh
should be
my
a national
gosh.
holiday.
Wow, Jeff Fisher, man.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
live hockey is really fun. I've gotten to go to a few Preds games living in Nashville, and it's really cool. We only had, when I lived in Charlotte, we had a minor league team, which was still fun to go to, but, obviously not as exciting as
But we had the Hornets.
we did have the Charlotte Hornets back in the heyday.
It ain't hockey, but the Hornets were.
Yeah. Dude, Muggsy Bogues, Larry Johnson,
Yes. Del Curry.
Bill Curry. It was a good time. A good time. Anyway.
We got to get Makayla talking.
Yeah, no
yeah,
kidding.
seriously. Well, all right. Hey, Zach, you know her. What does she love
What's she
talking
like
about?
to talk about?
This is wife quiz. With
not
Disciple.
politics, not history.
Okay. Science, math. I'm just going through these school subjects now.
She's pretty big
Hold
into
on, she's a
music,
teacher.
but
Do you like to read?
I love
yeah.
Talk to me. What books have you been reading right now?
Well, none, because I'm too busy with school stuff.
Okay, too busy with school. All right, what's your favorite book you've ever read?
You better say the Bible.
No, the Bible is not the right answer.
Um,
It's 66 books in the Bible, guys. Come on.
Lamentations.
I don't know. There's a book series I've read called Kissed by an Angel. It's pretty good. I mean, more of a chick book, but hey.
At least you admit it. That's good.
Right.
All right, cool. So you like fiction? Is that kind of what
I kind of like everything.
you like it all?
Pretty
All right.
much.
All right. Go on.
What else? Kissed by an Angel. What else? Tell us some good books. What do you like? Christian books, like Christian. What's the word that even a Christian bookstore? I can't think of. Christian living.
Christian living, yeah.
Christian living. Do you ever read any like? Not much of that.
You prefer atheist books?
Yes, definitely. No.
Twilight? Did you read Twilight?
I did.
All right. Did you read Hunger Games?
I did.
Did you read the Divergent series?
I did.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
Now we know what's up.
Young adult fiction.
Looking
adult
for
fiction.
Alaska? Is that it?
Nope.
Looking for Alaska? That's a book.
I don't know. Is that a thing?
She's 21, guys. So
Oh, that
this-
was a
yeah.
TV series on History Channel.
Ice Road Truckers? Is that what we're thinking of?
Yeah, no. Alaska flying planes or something. What was that one?
I don't know.
They had to take off on the scary ice runways to get their shipments out, and every episode's like, will they make it out?
And let me guess. They've never once not made it out.
They have, dude. They keep hitting it
on
pretty good.
trucking.
Hitting the mark. Oh, they're planing.
Oh, playing.
Keep on playing.
Keep on playing. Okay, so Star Wars or no Star Wars? For her?
Oh yeah, me.
For you? You
Yeah.
like Star Wars? What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Gosh, I prefer the original trilogy the best.
Of course.
That's me. And
human?
huh?
Is it alright? You're human?
Oh yeah. I prefer the Empire Strikes Back. I like that one the best.
Of course.
myself.
Yeah,
Right.
you're smart.
I think most people do.
There you go.
Yeah. What do you think of The Force Awakens?
Well, I was going to ask you the same question.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll answer and you can answer. I thought it was pretty good. You know, I liked it good enough to buy it on DVD. I thought it was kind of cool that they paid tribute to some of the the older characters and stuff and brought them back in. It's unfortunate that Carrie Fisher passed away. You know.
Of course.
But yeah, I thought they did a pretty
Did you
good job
cry
on
the
that.
day that she passed away?
Actually, I did not. I was sad, but I didn't cry.
All right, I'm a big huge loser then. Apparently,
I didn't
she was my
cry.
first crush.
I didn't cry then, but the next day I saw Rogue One, and at the end, when they had her,
Yeah.
it's been months.
Oh my gosh, Josiah. Okay, whatever.
It's been months. If you haven't seen it by now, that's true. She's not in it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
she's
at
not
the
in it.
end, I teared up.
Did you?
I did.
Aw.
It was so good.
He doesn't even like Star Wars all that much.
Yeah, it was really good.
Way to go, Josiah.
Thank you.
Nice work.
I didn't think I would feel that sad about that happening, but it made me think so much about all the times I watched the movies as a young kid. It was weird that it just seemed like it wasn't possible.
When I first heard she had a heart attack, I mean, I literally prayed for her all day. I know, isn't that crazy? I seriously did. I prayed for her all day when I first heard that she had a heart attack. Force Awakens for me. I have begun to like it more and more because we watch it. I have an 8-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old at the house. So we're always throwing a movie on as really background music because the only movie that they'll watch all the way through is Despicable Me 2. They'll sit there attentively, every day and watch that. But every other movie, they'll watch about 20 minutes of it and then whatever. So movies just really become background noise. But Force Awakens is on quite a bit at my house, and I have actually grown to like it quite a bit. I did not like it the first time that I saw it because I was like, wait a second, come on, guys. Disney, you're smarter than this. You have a planet that's going to blow up other stuff. I've seen this. Wait a second, you're going to have them fly around at the end, and, but come on. It's why are we doing this? But then, later finding out they were actually being intentional about those types of things. I just think that was a bad move, me personally. So I didn't like it at first, but the more I've watched it, the more I like it. I love Poe Dameron. I think he's a great character. I love Han Solo in the movie. Han Solo just crushes it, gives it just a fantastic performance. And I actually really like Kylo Ren. I love that he is really angry, like a villain should be, and I love that he's like not this perfect villain either. Like he's not this top dog villain that can't be beaten. So he's kind of flawed, but he's like super angry and not afraid.
Immature.
Yeah, a little immature, whatever. I like him a whole lot because Darth Vader was just kind of the top of his game, and nobody could touch him or beat him. But Kylo's just kind of starting out, so I have a feeling that the next time around he's going to be even. We're going to watch the progression of Kylo Ren. By the second and third one, he's going to be really, really awesome and really evil and really dark. This whole getting beat up by Rey is not going to happen again. Kylo Ren will strike back. Yes, that'll happen. That's my thing. So there you go. There's my take. I loved Rogue One. Did you like Rogue One?
I actually liked it better than The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I thought it was really well made. I thought that it was pretty good. It was definitely a different storyline than what they normally go for, and it was pretty cool seeing kind of actually what happened leading up to Episode 4. It's kind of seeing how they were trying to steal the Death Star plans and everything. It was a really well made movie. I thought.
I didn't have any high hopes for that movie at all, and maybe that's why I liked it so much, because I walked away with it just like, wow, that was actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never seen any Twilight movies now. How many times have you seen the Twilight movies?
The first two probably more than I can count. But
More than you can count.
Yeah, but I didn't watch the last one.
Which
So.
team are
You didn't watch the last one?
No, I didn't finish it. And Team Jacob. But mostly because I thought it was hot. So.
Wow. Hey, man.
Not wrong. Comes out.
Honesty on the podcast is the first policy.
Yep.
I've never seen them. I don't. Should I? Should I go watch the Twilight movies?
No.
I should.
Hold on. So wait. So you watched the first two more times than you can count, and then you didn't even finish the third one because
No.
was it that bad?
No.
Or was it just
I just didn't want to.
You were,
I
like,
read
over
the
it?
books. I knew what happened.
okay? So you were just over it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
only 3?
I believe so.
Yep.
Oh, is there a fourth one? Okay.
I think so.
Now, have you read the Maze Runner books?
I love those.
Now, I don't know anything about, but I've watched the first two movies, and I thought they were really amazing.
They are really
Really
good.
great.
Right now, I'm reading the one that actually talks about how the maze was created, and it's kind of like a post-sequel, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. But
Okay.
it's interesting.
So the story's still going on. The books are not finished on Maze Runner, or are they finished?
Yeah, they're finished.
They're finished.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what happens.
Yes.
Are there 3 books?
4 technically.
4 books. Okay.
Have you seen any of those?
Oh.
So when Dane was out playing bass guitar with us, Dane from the Loyals,
Yes.
who actually sings on our new record, does
does.
a lot of the high harmonies on our new record. We watched the Maze Runner,
Okay.
and then so when we watched the second one, we would text each other.
Oh.
We had a little bromance going during the second one.
super
Yeah,
cute.
yeah, they are.
That's
He is cute.
amazing.
There you go. Trying to think what other movies Makayla would like in that.
in that genre.
Is that
Yeah,
genre?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Interview with the Vampire?
Nope.
Interview with the Vampire. You've never seen that?
Is that Tom Cruise?
It's Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, and the chick from the first Spider-Man.
Kirsten Dunst?
Yes.
I've never seen
She's
it.
She's a young girl, and it's that old.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you see the Ender's Game movie?
I've never even heard of it.
Oh.
It's
The book is kind of in that same vein.
Yeah.
Well, it's also more geared towards guys, though, I feel
Sci-fi.
like. Don't you think?
oh yeah, yeah.
More
It's
geared towards boys.
it's more of a but I read it in high school and kind of liked it, and then I read it later and realized that it's like a really kind of genius idea in that book, and I've read like most of the books in that series are really good. But again, it's super sci-fi, so.
So, any interest in like weird stuff like Joey likes, like cars or NASCAR, anything like that?
Actually, on the NASCAR point, my wife actually hates every single driver that you mentioned that you liked on the last podcast.
Busted.
All right, let's go.
What you got?
Who do you like, Makayla?
Logano.
Oh no, Joey Logano,
This is some real drama brewing right
the
now.
Let's talk about it.
absolute worst person to ever drive a car.
Must be the first name.
That was a 3rd-degree burn.
Yeah,
They're giving it to us, man.
yeah. We're just gonna wrap him up in gauze by the end of this podcast.
Oh man.
All right, so why do you like Logano?
You know, I don't really know. I don't really keep up on it now. But that's just what. Ew, no, he's not.
No, he's not cute?
No,
Okay.
he's not
Yeah, I was going to say that. Joey Logano sounds like it could be like a model, you know.
Nope.
He does sound like a solo artist.
Literally every race. Okay, so I don't wish anyone to get hurt at all. Badly.
You're saying that, but you're about to say something opposite, I feel like.
Every time somebody gets next to him, I'm like, I hope they drive his car head on into the wall.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm just being. Hey, honesty is the policy, so you can be honest about any of the drivers that I mentioned. If you don't like.
He pretty much said it. I just don't like him.
Oh.
So, Joey Logano, who else? Do you have a second driver?
No.
No, just you stick with him.
One-driver person.
Pretty much.
One driver girl.
I thought that was normal, but
Yeah, well, honestly,
It actually is normal. We're talking about Joey West
I
here.
know.
He's not normal.
Well, the thing is NASCAR teams consist of 4 drivers. So usually people want someone from the team to win.
Gotcha.
Mine actually spans between 2 teams on the drivers that I like, but I don't care. You know, I just like them. I like those 4.
All right.
So, yeah.
So you would say that most NASCAR fans have multiple favorite drivers. Is that?
Yeah, most people are like loyal to the team.
Okay.
Like if their favorite driver is on a team, they're gonna like be like, okay, well, a Joe Gibbs car won, so that's good. Like at least a teammate won,
It's like a
or
consolation prize almost.
basically. But most people like that you see at the races, like actually, there's some people that come there. They'll have on Jeff Gordon pants and a Dale Jr. shirt and a Tony Stewart jacket, and it's like, wow, you are
2/3 of which are now retired.
yeah, literally, it looks like a big bag of Skittles with all the cars. So,
Tony Stewart retired? Or?
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
by the way, nobody can hear you.
Did Tony Stewart retire?
Yes, Andrew, he did.
No way.
Yeah, he did.
So, Joe Gibbs, man, getting a mention here. That guy has had some success. He's had some NASCAR success. He's won a couple Super Bowls as the Washington Redskins coach. Man, I mean, think of football and NASCAR crossover. That's not a normal thing. You got Deion Sanders playing baseball and football, and
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan playing basketball, baseball. The football NASCAR crossover. That's very unique.
That's a wide span. Yeah, that's very interesting.
That's not normal. All right, what else are we missing in the Zach and Makayla world before we end the podcast here? What else we need to know? How long? Okay, tell us about your faith. When did you become a Christian?
Well, raised in church, you know. My dad and my mom have been pastors all my life, pretty much. And I came to faith at an early age, around 5 years old or so. And
Most of us too.
And of course, during my teenage years and some of my young adult years, I was kind of in between being a Christian and walking away, and
Yeah.
being a Christian and walking away, you know. And really, just within the past probably couple years or so, you know, have really gotten serious with my faith again, you know. Gotten back into really studying the Bible and really getting my prayer life back.
Yeah.
And you know, just been a lot better these last couple
That's
of years.
awesome. I have almost the same exact story. I feel like I was a Christian, but then I didn't become an actual disciple or follower of Christ till much later. So very similar story. Did you feel like Christian music like helped you in your walk?
I feel like, and this is not just because I'm with you guys on the bus, but I feel like you guys' music has helped me tremendously. The lyrics are so awesome, so straightforward, so to the point, and talking about real issues. For me, it's helped me just a ton. You know, not to knock the contemporary Christian music industry, but I just feel like in a lot of their stuff. Actually, there's kind of a cool video you guys could watch on YouTube if you ever wanted to pull it up. It's a video that's kind of making fun of the Christian music industry now, how every song is all about vague struggles. Did you guys see it? It's pretty funny, isn't it?
Really funny.
Pretty spot on,
Okay.
too, though, is the thing.
It's like labels talking to a new artist and how they're gonna have to write songs. You're gonna love it.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
can't wait.
So, yeah, anyways, you know, it's kind of the whole vague struggles thing, you know, it's everything's an ocean, everything's waves, everything's deserts, you know, but you never really mention anything, you know.
It's kind of like country music. I mean, country music's like a river, a bed of a truck, a toolbox, a jeans, a beer,
Bare feet.
yeah,
Just gross.
high school sweetheart,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah. And
Yep.
actually,
Obama.
Hey, yeah.
Obama.
Oh my gosh.
Made it from Cowboy Troy.
Let's not forget the Native Americans. I'm an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw. Come on, I'm just kidding. Anyway, go ahead.
Actually, along the country music line, kind of put a plug in for a Christian comedian, Tim Hawkins. You guys ever heard of him? Okay. Anyways, I listen to his podcast too, and it's pretty cool. It's always really hilarious. And he was talking about the country music industry, how all their songs now on the radio are all set up the exact same. And he has a system that he calls 8, wait, boom. As in, there is 8 measures of music in the first verse, then there is a pause, and then there's a boom going into the chorus. And it is hilarious.
We've
He had an
cracked the country
example.
code.
He had an example of like 25 songs, all within the last couple of years that have been popular. Exact same formula, and it was hilarious. It was the same song.
Hey man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Country music. What about you, Makayla? What's your story of faith?
Well, I wasn't raised in a Christian home. My mom basically claims to be an atheist, and my dad refuses to go to church because it gets too emotional, I guess. I don't really know the real reason. But at about 14 or 15, my grandparents started going to church, and I started going, and I got saved, but then our pastor did some things that, was pretty hurtful, and the church ended up, pretty much breaking up. And then, being a freshman and stuff, I got into some stuff I shouldn't have, and then I actually met a different Zach in high school that went to the same church as him, and I dated him for a little bit, and we ended up breaking up, but then I stayed at the church and got close to him, and we started dating, and it just kind of progressed from there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What church do you guys go to? Give them a shout out.
The Rock Community Church in Fairfield, Illinois.
In Fairfield, Illinois.
Nice.
That's a very cool name for a church.
Yeah, I like that.
Very cool name. So, what kind of music do they do at the Rock Church? Since you play drums, so it's not Southern gospel, I'm assuming.
No, we do mainly contemporary stuff. Just a
Yeah.
lot of the mainstream contemporary stuff.
Very cool. So, do you like any worship music? Do you listen to any worship music like Hillsong United or who do you like?
Growing up, especially during my teenage years, along with listening to Disciple, my go-to worship music was always Hillsong United and Hillsong Live. The entire Hillsong group. I really
Very
like them a lot.
cool. Well, thank you guys for liking our band so much, and we're not done. We're going to hang out some more and do a whole bunch of stuff, but I guess this conclude the podcast for today.
Yeah, we'll close it out, and I'm trying to think if we need to plug anything while we're here. We do have more of these spots available, actually. There are a few shows left on this very tour that do not have Adventure with Disciple VIPs claimed yet. So there are 2 dates left that do not have VIP adventures claimed. It's Amityville, New York on, what date is that? April 5th.
Yep.
And there is Leesville, Louisiana on May 6th. So if this sounds fun to you, if you want to be a bus banner guest, or if you want to play Tetris with us on our TV,
Yes, we did that. We went bowling.
we can go bowling, we can play baseball if the weather's
You
nice.
can also go for a 10-mile run if you'd like that.
10-mile run.
Can we do maybe 3? How about 3? Let's do a 5K.
Yeah,
If we
5K.
but if we call it a race, I bet Kevin will go for 10.
No.
It's a race. I hope I win.
Kevin's not running any further than a 5K, especially on a show day.
Joey ain't running further than half a mile.
Unless there's a soccer ball in front of him. Now let's tell on him right here. You put a soccer ball in front of Joey. I've never seen him run that fast in my entire life.
We need to get one on a fishing pole and just run it in front of him,
Runs as fast as Joey Logano drives.
Oh!
I run faster.
I have never run a 5K, mainly because I don't support the metric system. But if you guys can convince me, then maybe I'll
You
get there.
ever run a 3.2?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. Thanks, Zach and Makayla, for being our guests.
Yeah.
Give them a hand.
Thank you guys.
Everyone in listener land, give them a hand right now. You better be clapping. Even if you're driving your car right now, you better be clapping for them. All right. We'll see y'all next time on Bus Banter.